Hey all. I was sitting in my office today reflecting that tomorrow is the National Day of Prayer. It's something that we recognize to varying degrees around the country. In fact, there's a National Day of Prayer ceremony at 12:20 at the City Hall here in Seaford. And whether you believe that it's a political grandstanding stunt, if you think that the people who are doing it are more for a photo op than they are for actual prayer, it is significant because it does, at least at an institutional level, indicate something very key when it comes to prayer. And that's that there is someone or something bigger than us. And it made me think about something that's been going on in my mind for the last couple months, more and more, and that is that we live in a state of helplessness and dependency. It's something we generally don't like to feel. Most of us want to feel capable or competent. We want to do and feel like we can do a good job of things. We don't like the idea that we're not in control. In fact, we live in a culture that promotes independence, and it promotes that we are good. Think how many memes you've seen in the last few weeks that say, you got this, you can do this, you're your best person, you have the power to make it happen, take care of yourself, and on and on and on it goes. But in the end, we live as helpless and dependent people. And deep down, most of us know this. We don't control what other people do. We don't control how other people think of us. The way they react changes situations that we didn't think of. We don't get to decide whether we're successful because we rely on so many other people. Our health, no matter how good we might take care of ourselves, can turn on a dime. And our finances, and we can do all the right things and then lose it all in a moment when the stock market crashes. We are, quite frankly, dependent and helpless people. Now, since we don't like that, and my goal here is not to depress you, but as I've been thinking about prayer, I realize that when we realize our dependency and helplessness, we really only have a couple different ways to go. One is we can try and control it. We can try harder. We can make sure that we are accomplished. We do everything we need to do because we don't want to depend on anybody. We want to make it happen. And so we do that. The problem with that is that it's exhausting to do that. It's very difficult to make it happen. When we're successful for a period of time, all we do is end up being proud of ourselves. And when it isn't successful, it leads us to the second option, which is despair, where we realize I am dependent, I am helpless, I can't fix it. There's nothing I can do to make life turn out exactly the way I want. And so we can just give up and just say, hey, you know what? I'm just going to try and have as much fun as I can. But that leads to depression. It leads to really being in a bad place because we've essentially given up. For the follower of Jesus, and why we're focusing so much on prayer as a church this year, and why I invite you to come when we have our College of Prayer weekend on May 23rd and 24th, is because our dependency and our helplessness should actually be a catalyst to pray. And when we see things going on around us that we can't control, when we see things happening that we didn't expect, when we realize in our own lives that we are helpless and utterly dependent, we can't make our kids or our grandkids do anything, we can't force anything to happen, it should drive us to the one person who is utterly trustworthy, which is our Heavenly Father. Jesus told us to actually pray like children. And if you ever thought about how children talk to their parents, they live as dependent, helpless people because they are. And so they live their lives, they do the best they can, they go with high energy, and they ask lots, and they demand lots, and they're always coming to mom and dad. But in a good family, at the end, they can live joyful and happy lives in the midst of their dependence because they trust that their parents will take care of them. And I wonder what would change if we did the same thing. If we, every time we felt those waves of helplessness and overwhelmingness come in, it was actually a trigger or a spur to go to our Heavenly Father, to lay it all in front of Him, and then trust the only one who actually can take care of things, the one who is good, the one who is powerful, and the one who is ultimately invested in us and in this world around us. Sounds easy or simple, but it's not always easy to do. So I would encourage you, the next time you feel helpless, let it trigger you to turn to Jesus. And if you want more on how to do this, come on out to the training later in May. Till next time.